all heard that listening is the key to connecting to the people that we love, but Studio 5's Dr. Matt Townsend believes just listening may not be enough. So he's sharing subtle social skills he says we all need to sharpen if we want someone to share what's in their heart. Matt's here to explain. So if listening isn't enough, then what?
Well, so 90% of our 90% of our thinking, our brain, happens at a subconscious level. Thoughts that you don't even know are happening. Like, you don't have to worry about moving every leg to make everything happen. Breathing. It all happens kind of autonomically. So if that's all going on automatically without us thinking, then wouldn't it make more sense that if we really want to impact people, we might not want to only do the overt things that are so obvious that we're doing, but what if we could get the subtle spirit of some things that actually help them relax and help them know that you're really there, that you're really present, and that you really care. So we're going to show you the subtle way to influence another human being, ways that they might not even know at first that you're doing it until they start to notice something's different.
You know what I was thinking as you were setting that up is whenever you work with a trainer, they'll tell you sometimes the smallest muscle tear, like those small muscles can cause the most pain the next day.
You're looking at the guy with the smallest muscles. I've been doing that one all. That's not new to me. That is my life.
All right, we're going to get in and exercise those relationship muscles. The first step you say is to show up.
You got to show up. Like, and so you've heard me talk about this a million times, but what would happen if somebody was actually really present with you in a conversation and actually adapting to what you were saying? And they were, so to show up means you're present, but I'm here in the conversation, but I'm not thinking about what I'm going to say in a minute. I'm with you right now. I'm actually present in your content. So when you actually say something funny, I track and I'm with you, I laugh. We all know what it feels like to have somebody that's not showing up. And it alters what you say, because if you're not going to show up for what I'm giving, then I'm not going to give anymore. So it actually alters the conversation. So if we become really good at showing up in our conversations, putting all the annoyances away, the distractions away, and I'm present, I guarantee you'll see a change. You'll see them almost, even if you lean in a little bit more and show that you're in, they'll tend to lean in too. And it's so subtle, they won't know exactly what's going on, but it works every single time.
So I experienced this week. I had a girlfriend, actually. I was sharing a story, right? And she was so into what I was saying. It was almost unnerving,
It's embarrassing.
Well,
no, now you're like, now I need to.
Well, I could tell she was intently listening, and there was almost this, like, empty energy, it felt like, because I wasn't used to that sort of engagement.
Isn't that weird?
It was weird. She wasn't looking at her phone. She wasn't, her eyes weren't darting looking for her kids on the playground. She was so in, it almost rattled me. And I thought, gosh, we probably need more of that.
And so that's why so many people are lonely, because nobody is ever present with them. No one shows up when they talk. Even though everyone's there and half of them might laugh, the same half that's laughing still isn't in.
All right, the next step is to be a witness for others. Now, I have to say,
this was interesting.
I've been saying all show that Matt wants you to be a watcher in your marriage. And a little correction here, he actually wants you to be a witness.
I mean, watchers are good. They're just kind of creepy, if you know what I mean.
Sorry about that.
Like a watcher in the woods.
Exactly, be a witness.
I want you to be a witness. Now, this is really important. So think of all the great leaders you've ever read about, like a Jesus Christ, a Buddha, Gandhi, Mother Teresa, or people in the Bible or the scriptures. The only reason you know anything about them is because somebody witnessed what they were doing. So what would happen if in our relationships, we showed up not as your partner, not as your mate, not as your friend, but as a witness, to be a witness for your divine great contribution to the world.
I love that so much.
And what if I saw you as if I now have to bear witness of it to somebody else, share it? And so I would actually then alter every conversation I had with you, because I would want to know more from you. I'd be more interested in you, because I have to be the one that bears the witness of it, shares the witness of it. So if I see somebody as somebody that's divine enough that I want to inspire others with, then I actually might approach all the conversations differently.
I just got the truth tingles right there.
That's awesome.
No, it's true. That would force that presence of mind and that presence of spirit that we so desperately seek in this digital age. I love that.
And by me bearing witness, it actually means that you're real. So the word namaste that we use before yoga classes to show respect, namaste means I see the divine that is within you. So what if as a witness you're looking for the divinity inside of your partner or the people that you're around, and you treat them as if this divinity needs to be shared, but it also needs to be witnessed. And you eventually can bear a witness back to them about how amazing they are.
You'd be soaking up everything about that person.
Look how subtle.
Yeah.
That's not, you don't have to say anything. You just have to be witnessing.
I love that. I love that so much. Next step, take the place of others.
This is a huge one too. Humans have the ability to take the place of another. The rest of the animal kingdom, the elephant's not out there thinking, man, I wish I were a rhinoceros. They don't have the ability to project their lives forward, but we do. So what would happen, and I just did this watching some Houston Hurricane Harvey victims and footage. And I was so moved as a man is telling the story of how he's watched his parents and 4 children slip away in the van that rolled over and killed the family. And I think we can all be moved by a story like that.
Yeah.
Taking the place of other means I have the ability to get out of myself and actually imagine, what is it like to be you? What is it like to be my wife married to Matt? What's it like to be my granddaughter when she comes over to my house? I have the ability to get into her enough and imagine what it's like for her. And I can't fully get it, but the more I can put myself in that place, the more it changes me to actually have some compassion and some caring and to be more attentive.
So what prevents us from doing that then?
Part of it is just our big fat mind.
Our noggin?
We're into our own story so much and we want to defend it. And so a great exercise everybody could do is when you watch the news and you hear a story about something you don't like, try to get into the place of that person. What's it like to be a minority living in the South with Confederate monuments everywhere? That's got to be kind of weird. Mm-hmm. What's it like to be a homeless person that nobody wants to build a shelter in their neighborhood because we don't want homeless people around us? Mm-hmm. What's it like to be those people? And you can practice this. It's a great activity to practice with your kids as well.
I actually heard a local politician this week in an interview say about, his opposing party member who he didn't agree with. Yeah. He, out of his mouth came, I can see where he's coming from if I was standing in his shoes. And I thought, we need more of that, right? We totally need more of that.
And then what's interesting is because once you can take the place of other, it changes you. It changes what you feel. And then if you can just change what you feel, you can still believe what you need to believe logically, but you can change how you feel, which will change how I communicate about my view.
You're challenging us to shine a light on others. What happens when we do that?
Once I understand who you are, once I have a witness of who you are, once I've been present with you, then I can actually shine a light on you and tell you how great you are. What would it be like if every time we left somebody, they left knowing that I think you're amazing? And I can be specific, because I think you're really good at working with people, and you need to make sure you keep working with people. So that's how I kind of bear the witness back. You're amazing at this. You're really good at this. Or what if I went to my friends and family and shined a light back on something I learned from Brooke today or something I learned somewhere else? So once we start shining the light, then the light's not always having to be shined on ourselves. Mm-hmm. We can use our knowledge and our wisdom and our learnings from people to actually highlight them and actually empower them to make a difference.
This is one of my favorite conversations we've had together. I love it. Thank you so much. It's subtle. I mean, I was watching what you were saying.
Like a watcher.
Now I can witness.
Now I get why you went there.
It was really good. Sorry about that slip of tongue on my part. Hey, you've got a date night coming up.
Huge. Date night, November 4th, 7 p.m. November 4th, 2017, by the way. You're going to want to go to it, but if you go to datenightswithmatt.com and you enter in Studio 5, you get a great discount. Tickets are going to go fast because it's a little bit smaller location, and so they'll go really fast.
Always go fast.
Get on it. I know, they sell out.
Jump on that. Do I have the pleasure of introducing you?
Yes, absolutely.
I do? I'm invited?
Yeah.
That's
Bring
one of my
Mark,
greatest
too.
honors. I will.
It'll be a party.
I will. Thank you, Matt.